All right, Shalom. Call halal Yahweh, Bahashem Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And Shalom to the hopeful elect. Lord's will, I'm going to title this Camp Relook. This is a new thing I just started where basically I'll take a relook at certain camp days, certain days at camp we've had. And through the spirit, the camp I'm at is camp I'm with is a GMS DC camp. And basically this is when I will re-look at certain things that caught my eye, so to say, at camp. And I'll basically, whether it be a demon or whatever it may be, I'll go into it and cut it up, with the scriptures. And basically what I wanted to touch on is specifically with our camp, the GMS DC camp, we have this dude that comes up every week. All right. Every time we go out there on Saturday, the prophesy, there's this demon, this local demon, what I call him, that comes up every week, man. And this dude, our elder named him Littleworth, and it's such a befitting name. That's what I wanted to basically touch on this video, was this demon Littleworth, man. As you can see, we had some brothers from the Philadelphia camp. They came up, and of course Littleworth was diligently out there, which is this dude right here. All right, let's see. Yeah. All right. But his face is not important. But anyways, there's this demon that always comes up, and just through the spirit, his name is Littleworth, And I just wanted to touch on how befitting that name is for him, Littleworth. All right. And if you can see in the little caption box down here, right about here, that little ball thing on the screen, that's Littleworth. All right. You can put curses up on him if you want. His name is Robert Warren, I believe. You can put curses up on him. But basically, I just wanted to touch on how fitting that name is Littleworth for him, that our elder named him, because it's just so, so perfect. Because if you know anything, well, first of all, let me Google Littleworth. Actually, now that I think about it, give me a moment. It says, well, this is not really like a word, so let me look at this right here. Littleworth, right? It says worthless, of little value. All right. So something that's little worth, it has worthless or little value. Now let me actually get the scripture, because this dude, man, this dude is likened into a heathen, man. Even though he's an Israelite, right now he's in a heathen, he's in a Gentile state of mind, and he's likened into a heathen, man. And what are heathens are what? They have little worth. All right, and I'm going to get the scriptures on that. But first, let's get this. Proverbs 10:20. It says, the tongue of the just is as choice silver. The heart of the wicked is little worth. Now, of course, we know when we can go into that word heart there, and it's lab, right? And it means your mind. All right. So the mind of the wicked is as little worth. Now, actually, let me go into that phrase little worth on the Blue Letter Bible as well. It says, it says, littleness, few, a little, small, a little. So basically worthless, man. That's nothing. And we know that the heathen, according to the scriptures, are what? They have very little worth, man, because the scriptures compared the heathen to spit. And obviously spit is something with little worth. Now, let me get that really fast. That's in 2nd Ezra 6. My memory serves me right. Right, yeah, 2nd Ezra 6. All right. Because this dude is a spiritual Edomite, man. He's a spiritual heathen. All right. and heathens have little worth. Now, give me 1 second, Baba Shah. And it's around the like 54th verse. Right, it says, and after these 54, it says, and after these Adam, all right, and when we know through the Spirit Adam was Yahweh Shai, if you can receive it. But it says, and after these Adam also whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, all right, and a part of those creatures is the heathen as well, right? It's not just animals. The scriptures refer to men as creatures as well. So Adam was ruling over the heathens as well, all right? Men. It says, of him came we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. And we know that that's who? The Israelites. You know, you read about that all throughout the scriptures. All right. The Israelites is Yasha'Arla. All right. Yah meaning he, Shar meaning prince, and Allah meaning power or God. He the prince of God, or he the prince of the power. All right. It says, verse 55, all this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou hast made the world for our sakes, And who did he make it for? The chosen people. And who is that? The Israelites. All right. It says, as for the other people which also come of Adam. So who's that talking about? It's talking about the heathens. All right. And you so-called white people, you Edomites. That's your biblical nationality. You Edomites are heathens as well. And it says what? Thou hast said that they are nothing. So what does that mean? They have little worth. Because what is little worth again? It's something that's worthless, has little to no value. So it says, thou hast said that they are nothing. So this dude is a spiritual heathen, man. He's a spiritual Edomite. Because his name, like I said, is so befitting of him, because heathens has no worth. They have no value. All right. It says what? But be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel, man. So the scripture just compared the heathen to spit, man. Now, I don't know about you, but people spit all day. All right. And what is spit? It's something that's little value, man. It's just access. You just spit it out your mouth. And this dude, Robert Warren, man. All right. What is the little word definition again? It says worthless of little value, man. And we just read that the heathen have little value. So this dude here, 2/3 of our people are likened unto heathens, man. Spiritual Edomites, you know? Spiritual heathens, because they have little value. They have little worth. All right? You know? Slaki about that. I had to pause the video for a second, but nonetheless, you know, we right back. So what? We were talking about this dude having little worth like a heathen, man. And what? The top heathen, the Edomites, what are they doing? Or what does the scripture say that our people would do concerning them? All right. John 8:44. It says, John 8:44, ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When ye speak a lie, ye speak of it. He speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. And if you don't know by now, the so-called white people are the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. Because the word devil just goes back to the Latin word diablo, which means deceiver. And who are the main people for deceiving the planet Earth? It's these so-called white people. All right. So it said, ye are of your devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. And what was this dude, Littleworth, or aka Robert Warren? What was he doing? He was doing the lust of his father, man. The devil, which is the Edomites, which is a heathen. All right, there you go. This dude right here. You know, this little nigga right here. So what was he doing? He was doing the lust of his father. And what is part of that lust of the so-called white man? They want to cover up and they want to hide this truth. You know, that's a part of their lust. All right, of their new world order. They want to chip us all. You know, they're trying to play gods, and they don't want this truth to come out. All right, and this dude, and he said it multiple times before. But this dude is an agent, you know, and I believe it wholeheartedly that he's an agent. And he said it himself when he was out there. You know, that he gets paid good money for this. You know, his words exactly. And he's been getting paid good money to do what? To do the lust of the devil, man. All right. And that's also as well, because what something else that Esau did, he sold his birthright for instant gratification, you know, for instant reward. And that's also what this dude is doing as well. You know, he's selling his soul for money, man, for instant gratification. Just like how Esau did with his birthright. He's doing the same thing. All right. You know, he's giving up his chance of salvation. All right. Let me get that real quick. In Genesis 25. And you go scroll down. Give me a sec. All right. You know, this is a little story. It said, I'm gonna start at Genesis 25. You know, so this is after Jacob had Esau. So like after Isaac had Esau and Jacob, right? And it says, let me start at 20. I'm gonna start at 28, right? No, 27. And the boy grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, which, if you know, it's clear. It's clear to know who is Esau according to the scriptures, because who are the main people out there hunting? You know, hunting for no reason is Edomites, so-called white people. You know, you go into someone who has a lot of money, a rich Edomite's house, and you'll see, you know, deer and bear heads on the wall and stuff. It said, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. All right. And that word plain, if I'm not mistaken, it means well-rounded, meaning he could do it all. You know, he was a talented dude. All right. It says Tom. And just look at that. It says perfect, complete, sound, wholesome. All right. So he was a well-rounded man. And verse 29, it says, 28. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob saw pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. So Jacob made some food, some soup, some pottage. And Esau was in the field doing his little hunting thing, and he was a little tired, you know. Didn't say he was dying or nothing. Now check it out. It said, verse 30, and Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. All right, so it's a red pottage, meaning it was what? Uncooked. And it said, for I am faint, and therefore was his name called Edom. And the word Edom means red, right? Now, 31, it says, and Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die. And what profit shall this birthright do to me? Now, Esau, the scripture just say he was faint. All right. He come on. Now, look, he clearly wasn't about to die. All right. Let me go into that word faint. Esau was clearly, you know, he wasn't on the brink of death, man. He was just got a little tired, and he was very hungry. You know, he was not dying or doing, you know, that doesn't make any sense. It says fainted, exhausted, weary. So he was just a little tired, man. But excuse my words, but being the bitch that Esau was, he sold his birthright just because he was a little tired. All right, a little faint. And look at this dude, Robert Warren. He's clearly tired, you know, because he's living in hell. So he's clearly a little faint. All right. And he sold his soul, so to say, for some money, you know, to live and to live, you know, a little more comfortable life, because he was a little faint, man. And it got to the point where, look, Esau offered him up that deal, and he was like, you know what? Fine, I'll do it. All right. So for a little bit of money, for some instant gratification, he sold his soul, so to say. All right. Which, when I say that, he really just, you know, he gave up his chance at salvation, so to say. You know, because he goes out diligently every week to mock the men of the Lord. All right. To mock Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. And it says, and 33. And Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he swore unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. So he was just a little tired, all right? But for instant gratification, he sold his birthright. And this is exactly what this dude is doing, all right? He's a little tired, all right? So he gave everything up for instant gratification, which was that money, which paid him off to keep coming out here diligently every weekend, man. So this dude is a spiritual Edomite, and he's a heathen, man. He's a spiritual heathen. All right, and that's why the name Little Worth is so befitting unto him, because he really does have little worth right now. All the 2/3, they have a little worth, because a heathen, which is what you can compare the 2/3 to. All right, you can compare them to Gentiles, real Gentiles. Not talking about, well, yeah. Let me just say that you can compare them to Gentiles, all right, which is a heathen, and you can compare them to them because they have little worth, man. Which a Gentile, when the scriptures refer to Gentiles and salvation, that's talking about Israelite foreigners, all right. But if not, if it has nothing to do with salvation, then it's majority of the time talking about Israelite Gentiles, heathens, actual heathens. All right. But that was pretty much the point, man, that this dude, the name Littleworth, is so befitting, man, because these heathens, the scriptures said they are spit, and that they have no worth, So through the Spirit, that was pretty much it. The point I wanted to make, is that, the pod name that was given unto him, man, Little Worth, man. With that, all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to those who elect.